and welcome to Break Time Live, Unlearning Stress with Michelle O'Neill. And I am so glad that I was able to get on here today. Today is not just about you being here, which it is, but I was having all kind of issues actually getting on. And so I tried one more time and I said, if I can't do it this time, well, I won't be able to talk to you today, but now I'm so able to talk to you today. So, look, um, I've been dealing with health issues just lately, and for almost, well, over 2 weeks now. And that's why I wanted to get on because I want to share with you what I learned in the process. And what it is if you don't give your body the space that it needs, it'll take it anyway. And I've always known this. But you know how you kind of think that maybe you've gotten it right or you understand or you can beat this? And this time it says, no, you're not recognizing something. And so I'm going to sit you down. And that's what it did. And I get it, because I'm the strong one. I'm the one who always feel that I can keep going, that I can do this. I'm the energizer bunny, right? And so before I go on, I want you to tell me that you're here. And I want to make sure that I have the chat on and that it's working on your end. So let me go ahead and check that. And I think it is now working. Let's double check. Okay, so good. We are there. So I think everything is good. So let me get back to the story. So the thing is, like I said, I'm always thinking I'm the one who can handle this. I'm the one that can do this. And I'm sure most of you think that. Most of us as women think that, everybody else gets sick, but we're the one that can stand in. And even especially as moms, we think sometimes because the kids get sick, we're not going to get sick. We're going to be able to push through this and we're going to make them get well, right? And so we don't want to cause extra attention. We don't want extra attention on ourselves. We don't want to be baby. We want to be the one that nurtures and take care and baby. And so I want to prove, a lot of times that I can still go on, that I can still do this. But the truth is that even taking a shower wore me out. And I know this may be TMI, but I'm saying even doing the simple things that normally would be things that rejuvenate you, things that get you going, those things would take me out. And so I found myself actually retreating to my room, and I have this rocking chair that I've had forever. And I would sit myself down in that rocking chair and just sit there in silence and quiet for a while, because that's just how wore out I was. And I wasn't there to scroll. I wasn't there to plan, nothing like that. I couldn't even do work. I was there just to sit, just to breathe, and just to be. And so today what we're talking about is what happens when you wait too long to listen. When you wait too long to listen to your body and your body decides that, well, I'm done asking. I'm taking over and I'm going to tell you that it's time for you to sit down. What do we do? How do we handle that? And this isn't just about being sick. I know I said I was sick, but this isn't just about being sick. This is about the pressure to keep going no matter what, that we put ourselves under to prove that you're okay even when you're not. How many times do someone ask us, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm okay. That's just a natural response. I'm fine, right? And you're not okay. In fact, my family tells me, no, you're not. You're not okay. They can tell by my voice. They can tell by how I answer. And I realized that I made some space in my life for recovery. And that's what I want you to understand, that rest and recovery are different things. But I was still trying to do this on my own terms. I was still trying to handle the things in my life that I wanted to handle and do everything on my own terms. And I was still deciding that too much stillness I couldn't afford. I couldn't afford to sit down. I still needed, had responsibilities. I still had things I had to do, like get on and talk to you, because I was sick last week when I got on and talked to you, and you probably still hear it in my voice. But we still press on. We still feel that others are more important than ourselves. And I just needed to say that. But what I want to say is my body finally said, no negotiating. It just stopped. There was no negotiating my time or anything. It was sit down. And this shows up in ways before it even becomes a health scare. But we choose to ignore those things. It's things like the headaches that we ignore. You know, ask yourself, is this headache in a different place? um, how is it feeling? Is it pounding? Just, is it unusual? Is this something that I normally feel? Or is it trying to tell me that something is wrong? Or the deep sighs that you keep pushing through, you know, you walk up the stairs and you're like, and you still push through. And I'm saying this and I'm giving you example because you know that's you. And you know how many times that you've done this and how many times you just pushed away and you kept doing it anyway because you think you're the only one that can handle it. You're the only one that need to take care of things. And the way that even joy in your life a lot of times feels heavy is heavy to smile. It's heavy to be the jovial self that you were, because you're doing it all on air, all on fumes, stuff that you have no time to take care of. And so I want to say first, right up front, this isn't about energy. It's about identity. Yeah, you heard me. It's not about energy, it's about identity. So stopping doesn't feel like rest, it feels like risk. A risk of giving up your space and who you are. It's like letting go of the one thing that we believe makes us valuable or makes us capable. Did you get that? Because we put our value and our capacity and our love into what we do. And there are people, if you know anything about the love languages, that may be your love language, but that is not who you are. If you notice, I said love language. It may be the way you talk and the way you show love, but it is not who you are. And it's not about proving your strength or proving that you have control over what's going on in your life, and that you can manage everything. It's not that. And it's not that you're unshakable, because we all are. We are all vulnerable. And I know you can hold your own in any room, but you are carrying a weight that no one else sees, a weight that is slowly hijacking your life. And in a society that still doubts whether women leadership or strength and steadiness, rest actually can feel like a weakness. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Admitting that you need rest, admitting that you need anything, it actually feels like a liability. So we don't just push through, we actually overcompensate. But eventually your body stops letting you lie, and it stops letting you pushing through. And so I'm saying this because I don't want you to be in the same situation I was over the last 2 weeks. I don't want your body to shut down on you. You don't need to wait for your body to crash in order to be worthy of care. Did you hear that? That rocking chair, it became my signal, a place where I could go, and I didn't have to justify pausing. I didn't have to be productive. I just had to let go. It was the one place that I felt comfortable enough to just sit there and say, I'm done. And when I felt rested enough, I got up. Do you have a place like that in your home? Do you have a place that you can do that before it's too late? Look, you don't have to be productive. You can do productive, but you don't have to be productive. You just have to let go. And the truth is that when we finally let go, the body responds fast. It bounces back because you're allowing it the time to recover. It wants to heal. It wants to release. But you've got to stop performing that you're okay. Stop saying you're okay when you're not. And you have to do it long enough to hear it. And it's not just when you're sick. I start I saw it when I started walking just recently, right? I had forgotten how much clarity that it gave me to actually go on my walks and how it made me feel and how open I was to what was going on around me and how much I needed the quiet. I don't avoid stillness anymore. I run to it when I remember it's there or that it's an option. Did you hear that? And I know I'm saying that a lot because these things are important. And I'm finding out, well, I already knew just how important they are. So I run to it when I remember. Where have you been overriding your body signals? Go ahead and raise your hand and tell me in the comments. I want to know. I'm looking. Where have you been ignoring your body's first signals? What would it look like to actually stop negotiating with your capacity? And why aren't you? What's making you keep going, keep pushing through? What is your identity tied to? So today, what I want to do, because I always have a little practice, what I want to do is I want to set a boundary. I want you to set a boundary, not me. I want you to set a boundary that honors your body and what your body already knows. Whether that's canceling something, stepping away early, or doing nothing without apology. But I want you to set one, looks like two, huh? One boundary sometime this week. In fact, I would prefer you do it today to take care of yourself and do what you know your body already knows. This isn't about self care. I'm not talking about self care. It's about self leadership. And the first person you lead is you. Lead by example. So if you've been here through this whole thing or you're watching on the replay, I have a question for you. What came up for you in this? What have or where have you been waiting too long to slow down? And I want you to drop it in the comments. And this time I'm going to be adamant about you dropping in the comments, and here's why. Because I don't want you to hide behind it anymore. I want you to call it out. And I want you to do it publicly. What came up for you? And where have you been waiting too long to slow down? I don't want you to do this for performance. That's not what we're doing it for. But for practice. I want you to call it out. Let's normalize listening to our bodies before they have to yell at us. I've learned. And yes, sometimes I fall back. I still try to be superwoman. but that title already belongs to a fictional character, and it's not me. And if this touched something tender in you, I want you to stay close. There's more coming Thursdays, somewhere between, I'm a little late because of technical issues, but somewhere between 11 and 1, because this is for you. Those women who know how to push through, but is ready to lead from a place of peace instead. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for spending your break time with me. And I hope this really was a break for you. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.